the minority raised cogent issues with policy initiatives. I mean, it's the most unintelligent excuse I've heard from any government. Not even a North Korean government gives this excuse.
It's unintelligent.
Yes, very unintelligent. For you to suggest that a tax measure which you didn't think through, which the minority pointed out to you, will be a catastrophic failure like the e-levy, is the reason why we are where we are. You projected we were going to make 6 billion, and we told you it was wishful thinking. It was very unintelligent to make such projections. We've been vindicated. You're not even making 9% of your revenue targets. Not even 9%. Even when you were breaking what you claim you have passed. And Chrissy, I'm sure you've heard the complaints, and I'm sure you may have experienced it. I haven't done a mobile money transaction since April of this year.
Since April?
Yes, I haven't done a mobile money transaction. But because I won't pay e-levy. I can't see myself funding the unconscionable excesses of this government. But for those who may be doing it, and I'm sure you've heard the complaints, that even transactions less than 100 Ghana cedis are being taxed, the e-levy, which is in contravention of what they claim they themselves passed in Parliament. And so, how you can blame the NDC for your poor policy thinking, planning, and implementation? The NDC blames everybody but themselves. It just leaves me wondering what kind of people we have in government. You see, we will continue to scrutinize and hold the government the highest standards of accountability and policy ingenuity that the people of this country deserve. You can't ask us to come and say yeah to every policy initiative you bring, even when it doesn't make sense. And so our job is not there to rubber stamp. Our job is to hold you to strict performance and hold you to the highest standards that I expect of people who hold public office. So don't expect us to just come and approve anything you come and throw there. And because like you said, we've all had the information that VAT is likely going to be increased by another 2% or 2.5%. And that's going to take VAT in excess of 20%. You know, it's going to be one of the highest VAT levels in the world. And you want to ask yourself, for what? All the noise that Baumia made with digitization and expanding the tax net. You're not expanding the tax net, you're rather saddling the few who pay taxes with more taxes. I don't see how this is the work of the men, you know. It's just unfortunate, but Husseini tells us that we should expect some measures to deal with our debt to GDP and all of that. Our debt to GDP crisis is as a result of, I keep repeating, your bosses.
I said revenue to GDP.
Revenue to GDP.
Yeah.
Well,
where we are now, we are not measured to our peers in the sub-region are doing much better than we are doing. So.
Well, again, that's an indictment on the vice president. That's an indictment on Kenoforia, on Baumia. Baumia said to us that he was building the framework and the mechanism for us to be able to tax and do more with digitization and reach more people, expand the tax bracket. As head of the economic management team, he's gone silent on those achievements. Right now, he's rather auditioning for the Black Stars instead of being able to give us solutions to our economic quagmire that we find ourselves. I mean, you need to ask yourself, well, you say e-levy is going to be mentioned. If e-levy is going to be mentioned, the only thing that you should be doing is a cancellation of the e-levy. Because apart from a cancellation of the e-levy, nothing else makes sense. It's an inhibitive tax measure, a tax handle, that cannot be explained. Social protection measures like school feeding, you stated, are going to be mentioned. Well, we'll want to see what you're going to talk about, because I think as a country, we must all agree that we should be ashamed of ourselves to say we have a social intervention measure called school feeding that is giving our kids 97 pesos for a meal. His dogs won't eat a meal at 97 pesos.
I know our dogs.
Even your cats.
I don't have cats either.
You hate animals?
I don't hate animals. I don't have to have a dog or a cat.
Possibly, he possibly hate animals. But the point I'm making is, even the local dogs, not the foreign ones, the local breed dogs, if you have them, 97 pesos can't feed them a day. That's what we claim we're doing for our kids. And even that, we're in default for months. And so, unless we're, as a country, coming to a place where we say we're really going to give our kids a nutritious meal and properly price it. Because, Chief, 97 pesos. Today's economy. That's what? That's 6 cents. 6 cents. My goodness. We claim we're feeding our kids with 6 cents a day. 6 cents. It's not up to a quarter. Not even up to a dime. And we want to call that proudly come and quote Bible scriptures and wear white and come and quote Bible scriptures and tell us you're doing social intervention. Must be ashamed of ourselves. You talk about policies to boost local production. Now, look, when this government makes a promise or makes a pledge, it's like ABA Husseini says, you have to look up when Baumia and this government greet you good morning. You need to look up to see whether the sun is up there or is the moon. Because they're untruthful. Today we're talking about policies that will address local production of things. Before you came into office, the Mahama administration had introduced a quota system, 60-40, for the importation of poultry. What did you do about that as a Ministry of Agric? You scrapped it. You failed to implement it and allowed us to go back to the wholesome importation of poultry products. So today you're telling us that you're going to bring in policies to boost local production. When those policies that you came to meet were there, what did you do? You scrapped them. You deepened the mess and created a bigger problem. You said people need to know that we need to pay more taxes for governments to be able to provide the services that we want. Yes, we admit. We know that the government has to find that money. But that money doesn't have to come from more taxes on the people. It has to come from frugality on the part of the government. It has to come from the fact that the president must know that when he's going to COP27, you're a country that is on 8, on life support. You travel with 327 people. The American government delegation was 15. 15, 1-5. It's those kinds of places we expect to see savings.
He traveled with 327? That's okay.
Yes, to COP27.
That's not true.
To COP27.
That is not true.
You understand me?
That is not true. How many of them traveled at the expense of government?
The huge delegations that always accompany our president when he's going anywhere. I mean, whether he's flying commercial or whether he's flying private.